Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome to. I'm yet to decide a name on this podcast, but welcome to whatever this is going to be called. If you have never listened to this podcast before, hello. My name is Tom Donaldson, and this is yet another podcast on internet where I share thoughts from my weird brain. So yes, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you like it, please stay with me. If you don't like it, even then, please stay with me because as I always say, either I will grow on you or you'll grow into me. So please keep listening. Don't quit. There's going to be a common theme across all the episodes. Either I'll grow on you or you'll grow into me. And before we start, ladies and gentlemen, I want to share something with you guys. Um, I'm recording this with just my phone. So I'm really sorry if the production value of this podcast is not that great. I want to give it a try. I want to see if how it goes, and I also want to see if I stay motivated enough to do like a good 30-40 episodes of this, and only then I'm going to invest in a setup. So I'm really sorry. I apologize for my insincerity or whatever you want to call it, that I'm recording this on a phone and then all I do is I edit it. I don't edit it. I upload it on YouTube. I uh, have a thumbnail and I just upload it on YouTube. So of this is just a one man show, and so yes, that's why the production quality or the audio, the voice quality won't be optimal, but I'm pretty sure that you guys are able to hear me clearly. You guys are able to hear my words clearly, but there might be a fumble here and there, or there might be some small feedback. I'm trying my best to even erase that feedback. So thank you so much for bearing with me. Thank you so much for tuning in. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's start the show. Let's start. Let's dive into what I have today to talk about weird thoughts from my weird brain. Weird thoughts from my weird brain. Weird thoughts from my brain. That could be a nice name. Weird thoughts from my brain. That could be a nice name for this podcast, no? Or else, what do you guys think about it? What do you guys think? What do you guys do? If you guys have any cool names for this podcast, please feel free to drop in, show Papa some love, and let's get started. Let's get started. So today, what do I have? I've been thinking about this weird pressure, and I want to talk about it. I want to talk about this weird pressure that society puts on us. It's this pressure that as your salary increases or as you grow old, society expects you to upgrade your lifestyle. Get a new house, get a new car, get new kids, whatever. Like it's a rule. Like think about it. Let's say if you are a CEO of a company and if you drive a Maruti, people will look at you and like there is something wrong. Because what's happening is that the intern at your company is coming in a Mercedes and the security guard is stopping you to show and asking you to show iCard. And is valet parking your intern's car just because he has a Mercedes and you have a Maruti. Right? But here's what no one talks about. No one talks about practicality in this city. What I mean to say is just because you can afford to buy something on EMI or on whatever does not mean you should actually buy it. It's like it's like Zomato saying add items worth rupees 4,999 to get 49 rupees discount. Or it's like adopting a dog just because it's cute. I know you can afford to do all of that, but it's not practical. You know what I drive? You know what I drive? I drive a Hyundai i10 CNG, compressed natural gas. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about CNG. The mileage that you get in CNG is you can't even think about it. It's like you always have a 50% off coupon code on petrol pumps. Trust me, I've driven both petrol and CNG feels criminal sometimes. And anyway, in Mumbai, what are you even upgrading for? You're not allowed to go above 80 on most of the roads. There are cameras everywhere. My I-10 runs at 80. Your Mercedes runs at 80 on the same road. So congratulations. Congratulations for buying a new car to run at 80 kilometers per hour on Western Express Highway. And let me tell you something, I don't have anything against these cars. Like, if I would have enough money, even I would buy these cars, but I would not live in Mumbai and buy these cars. B6, the Mahindra B6, beautiful car. Fortuner, Hector, beautiful cars. I love them. I'm a car lover, but you are in Mumbai. Think about it. You drive out of Mumbai with that car literally once a year or maybe twice. Yeah, sure, your car, it can do 0 to 100 in 10 seconds. My i10 does it in 15 seconds or 20 seconds, whatever. But where are you doing that 0 to 100 in 10 seconds? Western Express Highway. If you do 0 to 100 in 10 seconds in Western Express Highway at 1 a.m. in the afternoon, in those 10 seconds, you'll hit a rickshaw, you'll hit a scooty, you'll hit a dog, you'll hit a cat, and you'll hit maybe even a cow if the universe is feeling creative. No one is doing 0 to 100 in 10 seconds in Western Express Highway. You know what my i10 is doing in 10 seconds? It's doing 0 to 10 and then honk, honk, honk because one random rickshaw has decided to come or whatever. He has decided to do whatever he wants to do. That is a different topic. Rickshaws, they are not part of traffic anyways. They are like weather. You don't control them. You just deal with them. Like you check your rear view mirror, one moment there is no one, you blink and there's rickshaw. Physics doesn't apply to them. Logic does not apply to them. They just exist. But okay, that's a different topic. Today we are talking about lifestyle. And in particularly we are talking about cars. Because you know what that SUV is doing in those 10 seconds in traffic? It's doing 0 to 0 and just sitting there and looking at everyone else move. It's like that song, मैं ठहरा यहाँ ज़मीं चलने लगी. It's watching everyone else move in that same bumper to bumper traffic. So yeah, congratulations, 0 to 100 in 10 seconds. That's not what real performance is in Mumbai. Real performance in Mumbai is to fit your car in that random ass gap like a magician, which is something my i10 can do better than your SUV. But no, apparently I'm supposed to upgrade to some big SUV, these massive cars, these Thars, B6, MGL, whatever. And then you realize that it's not about what a car is supposed to do. It's not about comfort. It's not about, it's more about signaling. Like, think about it. I have the same seats, AC, maybe a less better suspension, but I reach faster than you in traffic. Isn't that isn't that supposed to be the purpose of a car? To reach from point A to point B in AC comfortably without having dust in your eyes in this heat. That's why we have a car, right? And it's not what do you need actually. That's when you think about it. When if you think about it, it's not what do you need, it's what does it look like. And somehow choosing simplicity just feels or practicality just feels like a loser move. Which, if I think about it, sometimes I feel like uh, maybe I'm overthinking all of this. I don't know. Maybe this whole don't upgrade your lifestyle thing is just something that I tell myself because I don't want to take big risks, because I choose practicality over everything. Or maybe I just like small cars. I don't know. What do I know anyways? I'm just a loser sitting here doing a podcast. While someone else in a Mercedes is probably the CEO of a startup that delivers more startup. A CEO of a startup that delivers more startups. That's a cool startup to have. Probably a CEO of a company that sells success to other people. I don't know. Or maybe they are also stuck in traffic thinking the same thing. I don't know. You know what I think is worth spending money? I think it's worth spending money on experiences. Now, if you ask me, why do I think like this? Why do I think that spending money on a trip to Vietnam is better than paying 3 EMIs on your car? If you ask me like that, I don't know. Because the answer that I would say is something that will suit me, but it is something that will not suit a person who has bought a car on EMIs. And anyways, like I always tell you, this is going to be uh, at the cost of repeating myself. I'm not a guy who has everything figured out. I'm just a normal guy who's coming over here and ranting my thoughts. I'm not a god. So I'm just a normal guy who chooses variety over driving the same car, which excited me once upon a time. Now I'm driving that same cars for 5 years because I have to pay my EMIs. EMIs. Let's talk about EMIs. From the time EMIs have been accessible, everyone is now in a race to look rich, right? Everyone wants to look rich. They might not be rich, but they want to look rich. And everyone has their own definition of rich, and everyone wants to show or to live up to that definition of rich. And most of the times, that definition of rich is something, how should I put it? And most of the time, this definition of rich is showing off something that they are not, or showing off more than they are actually. I'll expand on what exactly I'm saying. Like, imagine if you can be an Elon Musk or an Ambani on EMIs, like a startup idea. You pay five 5,000 $500 or 5,000 rupees, whatever. You pay 5,000 rupees per month, and this startup will plant this image that you, Mukesh from Andheri, you have become Mukesh Ambani for 10 days. But the EMI you'll pay for next 30 years. $500 per month. Let's just say that. And then this EMI, the rate of interest or whatever, it increases depending upon inflation. Yada, yada, yada. But you pay this EMI for 30 years, but you get to live, or you get to plant this image that you are Mukesh Ambani for 10 days. And I'm pretty sure people even listening, who are listening to this, would be interested in this. I'm pretty sure people would be willing to pay for this experience. You'll still be staying in a 1 BHK house in Sakinaka, but people will think of you like you are Mukesh Ambani or Elon Musk or whatever for 10 days. Because at the end of the day, it is all about what people think about you, right? You would look rich in front of them. Even if you're not, you would look rich. And we all know what is actually happening, but this facade of showing other people that you're living a better life than them somehow actually makes you feel better, which is, if you look at it, it's kind of toxic. People no more want to do what kind of makes them happy, and they prefer doing what makes other people jealous, and that is in some strange way makes them happy. But you know what, tell me something, who is happy anyways? Who is happy anyways? Am I only doing things that makes me happy? Of course not. No. The only thing that makes me happy is coming over here and ranting my thoughts. That's the only thing for this 20-25 minutes. That this is the only thing that in my entire day that makes me feel at ease with myself, that makes me forget all the other things that I have in my life, that's going on in my life. When I'm sitting over here and ranting my thoughts, I'm over here just with myself and with the phone which acts like a mic. So maybe this is right now, as of today, this is the only thing that makes me happy. And sometimes, coming up with ideas, sometimes that. But if you ask me, have I or do I only do things that makes me happy? No. And there have been years, not just days, where I've done things, where I've done only those things which did not make me happy, like a job or staying in a relationship. But you do it anyways, because guess what? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Why do you do it anyways? Because you fear what will people think. I'll tell you what I'm trying to say. I can afford to quit my job today and sit at home and enjoy the same lifestyle that I have now for a good year or two. I can easily do that. But instead, what do I prefer? Is working a job out of a fear. I'm just working a job out of a fear that what will people think of me if I quit this job. And there are a lot of people who I know who stay in a relationship, who stay in a marriage just out of the fear that what will people think about them if they, you know, if they just quit or if they just divorce. So yes, there are a lot of people, they keep their job just because out of the fear that, what will the parents think about them, what will their spouses think about them, even though they can afford to live for a good life for good 1 to 2 years. There are other things as well that comes over here, but the majority reason is that, or a big reason, not a majority reason, whatever I'm thinking, the big reason is that uh, what will people think if I quit this job, because I have a good job, a stable job at a big four or whatever. So yeah, who's happy anyways? We all are in the same boat, my friends. I keep my job because what will people think of me, or and you keep your Mercedes because what will people think of you. We choose different vehicles, but we are all going to the same place. So yeah, that's it. That's it, folks. That's it for today. That's all I have. Thank you so much. If you have listened till now, thank you so much for listening. Because every time I write these, I don't have any structure as such for all of this content. I just write some bullet points and I just rant it out. So every time I rant it out or I write these points, I do have a speck of doubt as to who would even be interested in listening to all this. But if you have listened till now, I mean, if you can show some love, uh, hit that like button, or put some add some comment on the comment box, whatever. In whatever way, show me that you reached till this point. Because I'm not a seasoned content creator, as I already mentioned. I'm not a seasoned content creator. I record it on my phone, and then I just adjust few levels here and there so that the audio quality is slightly better, and then I just airdrop it to my Mac. I add a image to it, which is AI generated, and then I just upload it on YouTube. And then you click on that AI generated image and you listen to it. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you have reached till this point, thank you so much for listening. I do have materials for material material for few more episodes, and thank you so much for bearing with me. As I mentioned earlier at the start of this podcast, I apologize for the production quality. As I mentioned, this entire thing is a one man show, from writing to uploading to everything. So give me few more episodes and I will try to have an entire setup. Uh, but yeah, apologies again. And thank you so much for listening till now. I'll see you, or maybe in other episode if I decide to record one. Thank you so much. You have a good day, or a good evening, or a good night, whatever. Bye.